this channel. My name is Miss Mimi and I'm super excited, always excited to be here with you. Today we're going to read a folk tale from this book titled Folktales Are Forever. Folktales are stories that have animals in them, stories that happened a long time ago that our parents told us, and sometimes our grandparents told our parents the folktales. In folktales, there are some popular characters. We sometimes have the tortoise, we sometimes have the rabbit or the hare. So today our folktale is going to feature two amazing animals and their lessons to learn. Join me on this trip. Let's go. So the title of this particular folktale is The Race. Once upon a time in the animal kingdom, Antelope was not really loved. That's the first animal, an antelope. Why? Why do you think he wasn't loved? Well, Antelope always bragged that he was the fastest runner in the animal kingdom. He bragged so much. You know what it means to brag? You will go to your friends and say, oh, I'm the fastest runner ever. Go to someone else and say, oh, I'm the fastest runner ever. You can't outrun me. I'm the fastest runner ever. That's what Antelope was doing. He was going to everybody. He was telling all the animals that he was the fastest runner ever, and the animals were getting so tired. Well, Frog decided to do something about it. Frog decided to challenge him to a race. Antelope laughed. I was like, you race me? That will be an absolute waste of my time. You are clearly no match for me. Well, Mr. Frog said,
that can only be proven after a race. You have to promise that if you lose, you will never ever brag again.
Lose to you? Never. We will have this race tomorrow morning. That was Mr. Antelope. Frog knew that he was no match for Antelope, but he wanted to teach him a lesson in humility. He decided to get the help of his identical brothers to win the race. So early the next morning, Frog positioned his brothers at different points along the course for the race.
You will start this race,
Frog said to one.
You will hide behind the bush,
he said to another.
You will hide behind this overgrown grass,
he said to another.
You will hide behind this shrub. And you will hide behind this tree. And me, I will hide here and I will finish the race.
Frog warned his brothers not to speak throughout the race.
No matter what Antelope says, do not utter a word,
he said. Mr. Antelope showed up at the starting line. He looked at Frog, eyed him. You know what? I'm going to let you have a head start, he told Mr. Frog. You know what a head start means? It means that he told Frog, start the race. Me, I'll relax here because you are too slow for my liking. Frog didn't say anything. He kept his face to the ground. Remember? Frog had told his brothers not to say a word to Antelope. Antelope said again, you really think you can win this race, eh? Okay, no wahala. Let the race begin. And so, on your mark, get set, go! Antelope and Frog charged forward, and in a flash, Antelope was way ahead of Frog. Antelope ran along, thinking how easy the race would be to win. But just then, he saw Frog leaping in front of him. Okay. He picked up his pace and continued to run. He was impressed that, wow, Frog had quickly met up with him. Just as Antelope was starting to get comfortable again, he saw Frog ahead of him. Again, he ran faster and he overtook Frog. Frog might be faster than I thought, Antelope said to himself. But he's no match for me. But guess what? Again, Antelope saw Frog ahead of him. One moment, Antelope will run past Frog. The next moment, he will find Frog in front of him again. Antelope was a few feet from the finish line when he looked ahead, and to his utter shock, he saw that Frog had crossed the finish line before him.
I won! I won! I won!
Frog yelled. Antelope went home, humiliated and confused. I know Frog is no match for me. So how did he win? He kept asking. Later that evening, Frog went to visit Antelope. He told him,
Well, I won the race, but I only won because I cheated, and I've come to apologize.
Frog then told Antelope how his brothers had helped him.
I jumped out last from behind an anthill and I completed the race. I did it because we're all tired of hearing you brag all the time. But I'm sorry for cheating.
Antelope looked up at him gently and sighed. I forgive you, Frog. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me a much needed lesson in humility. That's the end of the story. I like this story because Frog actually went to confess what had happened, right? Some people would have done what Frog did and they wouldn't have said anything at the end of the race. But Frog went back to Antelope in private and told him, I'm sorry for cheating, but this is why I did what I did. And that way he taught Antelope a lesson that you don't have to brag and tell everybody you're the best thing ever. You have to be humble, right? That brings us to the end of today's story time. I will see you here again next week. But before that, before you go, can you please do me a favor? Can you subscribe to the channel and then share with your friends, drop a comment, just say hello Miss Mimi so that I'll know you're listening or you're watching. Thank you so much for being part of our journey. I'll see you again next week. Bye.